6 reasons why you should never try to bully a Sigma male. While a lion isn't disturbed by sheep's comments, a Sigma man isn't even aware that sheep exist in a world where most people are looking for attention, climbing social ladders, or gaining favor. It's an unstoppable, and to be honest, unstoppable thought that is self-defeating and accompanied by humiliation. It's like trying to arm wrestle a ghost. You'll exhaust yourself while he watches with a faint chuckle while sipping his symbolic coffee. Taking on a Sigma man isn't just pointless. It's the kind of blunder that makes you reevaluate your life decisions. The strongest man is he who stands alone. Henrik Ibsen. This is the Sigma male's reality. He doesn't rely on approval and doesn't seek permission, and this makes him immune to intimidation. Reason 1. Sigmas have nothing to prove. Unlike alpha males, who thrive on power struggles, Sigma males operate on an entirely different wavelength, one that frustrates bullies to no end. While alphas may meet aggression with aggression, Sigmas dismantle hostility by refusing to engage at all. It's not that they're afraid or incapable of standing up for themselves. It's that they recognize a fundamental truth. Bullies crave attention, and when they don't get it, they wither. Psychologically, bullies seek dominance by provoking emotional reactions. They rely on anger, fear, or insecurity to feel powerful. But when a Sigma shrugs off an insult or responds with nothing more than a smirk, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire that refuses to burn. Their unshakable composure isn't just a defense mechanism, it's a strategy. This unbothered attitude is what makes Sigma so untouchable. A bully trying to rattle a Sigma is like a magician performing tricks for someone who already knows the secrets. There's no awe, no amazement, just quiet amusement at the effort. But make no mistake, this doesn't mean Sigmas tolerate disrespect. They simply don't give it the reaction bullies hope for. If necessary, a Sigma will stand firm, assert boundaries, and end conflict swiftly. However, their real power lies in their emotional detachment. The moment you stop giving power to negativity, you become untouchable. In a world where everyone fights to prove themselves, the one who doesn't engage at all often holds the greatest strength. Reason 2. Sigmas are psychological warriors. Bullies thrive on power plays, loud voices, public humiliation, and brute force tactics. They expect their targets to cower, lash out, or submit. But a Sigma male, he plays a completely different game, one that bullies aren't prepared for. Instead of reacting emotionally, he dissects the situation with surgical precision. His mind is a battlefield where every move is calculated, every silence is strategic, and every response is a lesson in psychological warfare. When a bully tries to intimidate a Sigma, they don't encounter resistance in the form they expect. There's no panic, no anger, no visible fear, just a calm, piercing gaze that feels like an interrogation light exposing their weaknesses. Sigma males don't fight back with aggression. They dismantle the very foundation of their opponent's confidence. They use intellect over impulse, patience over provocation. The power of a Sigma lies in his ability to observe. He studies body language, picks up on nervous habits, and listens for inconsistencies. He knows that most bullies are insecure themselves, using intimidation as a shield. So instead of fighting fire with fire, the Sigma subtly turns the tables, responding in ways that make the bully feel off balance, unsure, and even exposed. It's no wonder Sigmas can make people uncomfortable without even speaking. Their silence isn't passive. It's an active analysis, an X-ray scan that reveals more than words ever could. That quiet confidence forces bullies to confront something they hate, someone who refuses to be controlled. And in that moment, the bully realizes something chilling. They were never in control to begin with. Reason 3. Sigmas play the long game. A bully thrives on immediate dominance, pushing, provoking, demanding a reaction. Their attack is a display of raw, unfiltered aggression, seeking to corner their target into submission. But a Sigma male, he operates on a different frequency entirely. His response isn't loud, impulsive, or emotional. It's calculated, strategic, and often invisible. A Sigma understands that engaging in petty battles is a waste of energy. He knows that true power lies in control of emotions, actions, and most importantly, the long game. While the bully is busy asserting dominance in the present, the Sigma is silently building his future. He absorbs the moment, not as a victim, but as an observer. He studies the weaknesses of his aggressor, takes note of their short-sightedness, and waits. Weeks, months, or even years later, when the bully is still trapped in the same cycle of insecurity and hostility, the Sigma has already evolved beyond their reach. He has outgrown the battlefield entirely. The most devastating form of revenge, success, growth, untouchability. The Sigma male doesn't need to strike back because he lets time do the work for him. This is the essence of true strength, not in reacting to every provocation, but in knowing when to move, when to remain still, and when to simply walk away. A Sigma's power is not in proving his worth to an enemy, but in becoming someone they can never reach. Reason 4. Sigmas are lone wolves. They don't need approval. Bullies are like performers on a stage. They need an audience. Their power thrives on reactions, laughter, and fear. Without these, their insults and intimidation lose all meaning. That's why the Sigma male is their worst nightmare. He doesn't give them what they crave. Sigmas operate on an entirely different frequency. While most people navigate social dynamics through approval and validation, the Sigma moves through life indifferent to external opinions. He doesn't seek status. He doesn't need applause. And most importantly, he doesn't fear rejection. This makes him incredibly difficult to manipulate. Picture, a bully cracks a joke at a Sigma's expense, expecting a flustered reaction. But instead of getting defensive or embarrassed, the Sigma meets their gaze with an unreadable expression, or worse, no reaction at all. The room falls silent. Without fuel for their fire, the bully stumbles, their moment of dominance slipping away. Psychologists call this non-reactivity, a trait associated with emotional intelligence and inner confidence. It's the ability to remain unfazed by external drama, making it nearly impossible for anyone to throw you off balance. While most people respond instinctively to social pressure, a Sigma male consciously chooses his responses, or chooses not to respond at all. This is what makes him untouchable. He doesn't just resist peer pressure, he renders it powerless. His strength lies in his self-containment, a quiet defiance that makes bullies feel powerless. And that's the ultimate lesson. When you stop seeking approval, you become immune to control. Like a fortress with no doors, the Sigma male stands unshaken, proving that true power isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. Reason 5, have mastered the art of disappearing. Bullies thrive on dominance, control, and, most importantly, a reaction. They feed off the fear, anger, or submission of their victims, using psychological and physical intimidation to assert power. But what happens when their chosen target doesn't respond? What if, instead of fighting back or cowering, the intended victim simply disappears from their reach? That's the Sigma male's secret weapon. He doesn't fight for dominance in a toxic game. He removes himself from the board entirely. How Sigmas neutralize bullies. Picture a schoolyard bully scanning the crowd for an easy target. He thrives on reactions, the flinch of fear, the tense body language, the angry retort. But then there's the Sigma. He doesn't flinch, he doesn't glare, and he doesn't even acknowledge the bully's existence. He simply walks away, his mind occupied with something more meaningful. To the bully, this isn't just frustrating, it's infuriating. It's like trying to box a shadow. Sigmas are not just loners. They are strategic thinkers. They recognize that conflict with a bully is a trap. Whether in school, the workplace, or social circles, the moment you react, whether with fear or aggression, you're playing into the bully's hands. Sigmas refuse to engage, making themselves unshakable forces of independence. Why bullies hate being ignored? Psychologically, bullying is a power game. According to research, bullies rely on 3 core tactics: domination, humiliation, and social control. When Sigma refuses to react, the entire framework collapses. There's no power dynamic, no audience, no satisfaction, just frustration. This applies beyond schoolyard bullies. Toxic bosses, manipulative colleagues, and controlling family members all operate the same way. They want submission, and when they don't get it, they escalate until they realize they have no hold over the Sigma. At that point, they're left punching the air, swinging at an opponent who isn't even in the ring. The Sigma's greatest move. What makes Sigma so effective is their ability to vanish, not just physically but emotionally. They cut off toxicity without a second thought. No arguments, no drama, no prolonged battles. They leave mentally, and sometimes even geographically, moving toward environments that align with their energy. That's what makes Sigmas unstoppable. While others fight for dominance, the Sigma has already walked away, free, unbothered, and in complete control of his own destiny. Sigmas evolve, bullies don't. The Sigma male's long game, outsmarting the bullies who peak too soon in high school. The social hierarchy is a rigid structure where bullies reign supreme, thriving on intimidation and dominance. They peak early, ruling over their little kingdoms of bravado and popularity. Meanwhile, the Sigma male exists on the fringes, quiet, observant, and often underestimated. But while the bullies revel in their temporary glory, the Sigma is already plotting his long game. Unlike the alpha males who crave validation, the Sigma has no interest in playing the popularity contest. Instead, he focuses on personal growth. While others waste time chasing status, he's devouring books, mastering new skills, and setting long-term goals. He understands something most people don't. Life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Fast forward 10 or 20 years. Those same bullies who once laughed at him are often stuck in mediocrity, clinging to their past victories as their lives stagnate. The Sigma, however, he's built something real. He has silently accumulated knowledge, wealth, and influence. He didn't need a crowd to cheer him on. He thrived in solitude, sharpening his mind like a blade. This is the essence of why the Sigma male always wins. He plays chess while the world plays checkers. The difference: checkers is a game of reaction, quick moves, and surface-level thinking. Chess, on the other hand, requires foresight, patience, and strategy. The Sigma male doesn't just think about his next move. He thinks 5, 10, even 20 moves ahead. In business, in relationships, and in life, the Sigma's ability to anticipate and adapt makes him unstoppable. While others chase trends, he studies the patterns beneath them. While others seek approval, he seeks mastery. His silence is not weakness, it is discipline. His solitude is not loneliness, it is preparation. And when the time is right, the world watches in shock as he emerges, not as the underdog, but as the one who is always destined to win. Sigmas, you already know, real power isn't about dominance. It's about self-mastery. It's about walking your own path, unfazed by the noise around you. So if you're tired of the world's games, hit that like button. If you want to join a community of lone wolves thriving in silence, subscribe and stay on this journey with us. Having said this,